Okay, so before I start this video, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's watched my videos, because I was just going through them and a little Google thing popped up and it said one of my videos was eligible for AdSense, which means basically over 1,000 people have watched at least one of my videos, and I could, but what I'm trying to say is they said I could earn money off that video. Now, I'm not going to do that at this time because I don't like the ads, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't like the ads, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Now, having said that, if you guys want to see anything specific, have any requests, please don't hesitate to message or comment me, and I will try to make that as quickly as possible, because life is slowing down now, so I can get back to making videos on a regular basis, hopefully. Anyways, in the last video I said something about my diabetes, and so I figured I would make a whole video about that. Basically, I'm carb counting. Now, what that is just a whole bunch of math. What you have to do is determine the amount of carbs you're going to eat at your meal or snack, whatever, and then you have to match your insulin to that. Like, let's say for breakfast, my carb and insulin ratio is 1 unit of insulin for every 8 carbs. So let's say I was having 64 carbs for breakfast. I would have to take 8 units of insulin. And then you have to factor in your correction insulin. My goal blood sugar is 130. So for every 30 points above that, I have to take another unit of insulin. So let's say, along with the 64 carbs, which is 8 units of insulin, my blood sugar was 190. So since that's 60 points above 130, I would take 2 more units. So in total for breakfast, I would be taking 10 units of insulin. And that's fast-acting insulin, just to make sure my blood sugar doesn't get too high throughout the day. Now, for snacks, my ratio is 1 unit of insulin to every 10 carbs. So for meals, I'm allowed 60 carbs, and for snacks, I'm allowed 30. So my food insulin should never be more than 3 for snacks, but then there's always a correction. Now, what I was told is if I eat a snack within 3 hours of my last insulin shot, I don't have to take any for the food, but I do have to take it if my blood sugar is over 130. Now, that's always kind of hard, because sometimes you want to snack like maybe 45 minutes after you eat. So usually I still take insulin within that 3 hours. But that's okay, as long as my blood sugar is staying well controlled. But then lunch, it's the 1 to 10 ratio, so like I said, 60 carbs per meal is my allowed amount. So let's say I was having 40 carbs, I'd take 4 units of insulin, and that's basically, you get the deal. Now, what's really hard is going into restaurants, because you don't know how they cook it, what they put in it exactly, and so you can't just guess about the amount of carbs. I mean, you can, but it wouldn't really help you any, because you could be way off, and you could overdose or not give yourself enough. So some people think this is really rude, but I don't. Since it's concerning my health, I'm going to do whatever I need to. I always ask the server if they have nutritional information about each food, and I don't think that's rude at all, because some people do have allergies, or some people are on a physician recommended diet and they need to know this stuff for their health. So I have no problem asking about carbs or anything, and most of the time they'll tell me what I'm eating, like what the carbs are. with no problem. I haven't had a problem yet. Now, I know a lot of people think that people with diabetes, I have type 1 by the way, I got it when I was 11. I know a lot of people think, oh, well, they're diabetic, they can't have sugar. That is completely wrong. Anybody can have sugar as long as it's in moderation. So that goes in with my carb counting. I used to, when I wasn't on carb counting, I used to not even care about carbs. I would just look at the sugar because that's what I was mainly focused on. But sugar is actually included in the amount of total carbohydrates. So it doesn't even matter about the sugar anymore. So I love carb counting because now I can basically eat whatever I want, within reason, of course, which makes me very happy because I'm a big chocoholic, big chocoholic. So instead of, just eating maybe one piece of Dove chocolate, I can have, I think, 6 for a snack, and that really makes me happy because it's my favorite type of chocolate ever. And I just have to treat it as a snack and take insulin whereas it's needed. Now, I have been asked before, not on YouTube but in person, at restaurants, if it gets hard being diabetic, because some people see me taking my shots and I do make a face because I don't like needles in my skin. I don't care to see the needles, but I just don't like it going in my skin. They'll see me making a face and they'll be like, oh, is it hard being diabetic? And it's not really hard. It's just something you get used to eventually. It's just like an everyday routine. Which leads me into something else. November is Diabetes Awareness Month, but I would bet 99% of you have heard nothing about diabetes at all. It really makes me mad because on campus they don't say anything about diabetes. Now, they were all over autism. I'm not saying autism is not a bad disease, but you can die from diabetes. They don't say enough about it, and I think it needs to have more awareness. But that's just me. Your opinion may be different, but yeah. That's basically all this video was for, was just to talk a little bit about my carb counting, throw away my 2 cents on other topics about diabetes. So I think that's pretty much it. There's nothing else I can think of. Oh yes, there is. I also take Lantus at 7 p.m. every night. Lantus is a 24-hour insulin. It's mainly just there so you always have insulin in your body, just in case you forget to take your fast acting or anything like that. But in my case now, it hasn't really made a difference. I took it in 6th grade also, back when I first got diabetes, and it made me drop so low. I was terrified to start using it again, but I haven't had any problems with it, but I just don't see it making any difference. So that's that. And I think I said this in the beginning of the video, but if you have any requests, want to see anything specific, please let me know. Once again, thank you all so much for watching my videos and getting my second video, ever make my second video, over 1,000 views. That made me so happy and really motivated me to want to do more sleep relaxation videos because that seems to be what everybody wants to listen to. So I'm probably going to do a few role plays in the future. I was actually thinking about that today. So that's something to look forward to. If you have any specific requests, like I said, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good rest of the night.